Hi there, good evening and welcome to our third session on vocabulary where you and I sit down together and learn some words with the help of roots. So you remember we have already gone through two root words, bene or bon, which means good, and then we looked at its opposite root word, mal, which was bad. So we plan to go ahead and extend that journey further. So I welcome you to BYJU'S exam prep channel dedicated to all the law entrance exams that are conducted in our country. And actually, if I am not mistaken, यार मतलब तैयारी करोगे तो ऐसी बात नहीं है यार, थोड़ा बहुत LSAT भी साथ में हो ही जाएगा. हाँ, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं होगा. So as a result, it is very important that you subscribe to the channel. और काफ़ी सारे सेशंस होते रहते हैं. If you want the notifications, do press the bell icon as well. My name is Vikrant. I am your personal coach for all things related to English, communication skills, reasoning, and the psychological aspects of preparation. So whenever you stuck, whenever you feel like यार पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही, यार पढ़ने का मन नहीं कर रहा, यार पढ़ तो रहे मगर ये हो रहा वो हो रहा, anything, just go ahead, reach out, and I would love to help you with all of those things. And before I start the session, here is something for you to think over. So very good evening, Anushka, Shweta, and Payoja. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. Huh? Payoja. In case I don't pronounce it correctly, do share the phonetic spelling. I know it hurts when somebody mispronounces your name. तो शेयर कर दीजिएगा ताकि मैं ठीक से बता दूं, नहीं तो तब तक मैं तुझे पायो है ना, वो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो वाला पायो लग रहा मुझे इसमें पहले. सो डू यू हैव टेनासिटी, डू यू हैव परसेवरेंस, कैन यू शो अप फॉर वर्क एवरी डे, डे इन डे आउट, एंड डिवोट योर लाइफ टुवर्ड्स योर गोल? Then absolutely no one, absolutely nothing can stop you. So how do we go ahead and become better at vocabulary? If you worked with me, then you know I basically focus on 5 hours. There are more things that I teach in my vocab strategy sessions, but then these 5 hours generally form the cornerstone. Okay, so the very first hour is regularity. You need to work on vocab every day. So take out 15 to 30 minutes a day. If there is a day where you feel that, oh, that's too much, I won't be able to take out this much time, it's okay. Can you take out 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes? Aim for at least 15, at the max 30. But there are days when you're taxed, even if you take out 2 minutes, you'd be taking a step forward. Now, in these 15 to 30 minutes, I want you to learn vocabulary, learn new words. How can you learn new words? You can use the root word approach. So you remember a root word is called a root word because it eventually gives birth to a lot of other words. So if you learn that one single word, you get to learn all of those other words relatively easily, and there are around 300 such root words. The most popular book that uses the root word approach is Word Power Made Easy. भाई तुम लोगों का तो पता नहीं, मेरे टाइम में क्या होता था इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज हॉस्टल्स में ना, मतलब वर्ड पावर मेड इजी वाज लाइक द बाइबल, हर एक कमरे में मिलती थी. हाँ, बट देन root word is not the only approach. You can also use word clusters, word groups. देखो, the core idea is let us learn words in groups. That group can be formed around a root word. That group can also be formed around a theme. So when you start forming groups around a theme, you start calling them clusters. And then of course, in order to enhance your retention, you can also start getting into making relations or associations between the words that you learn and something else which is already there in your mind. So these 3 things would typically lead to enhanced retention, along with the 5th one, which is revision, and I don't even need to tell you about revision. So please realize regularity is the key to success in most of the domains of life, more so in vocabulary. So Anushka, since you have word power made easy, have you started working on it? So you notice Word Power Made Easy has 47 sessions plus a word list. So you can focus on going through 1 to 2 sessions a day. Plus, how about reading that word list? I'm not even saying mug up or memorize. I'm saying reading the word list part of the book for say 5 minutes every day. If you do that, you will be through with this book in no time. You won't even realize when it is over, and when it is over, your vocabulary will be richer by around 800 to 1000 words. You guys can also go ahead and install some app on your phone to learn new words. Maybe give that a try. Okay, so go to your Apple, what do we call it on Apple? Play Store. Google has a Play Store, Apple has an App Store. And look for a publisher called Magoosh. So search for a vocabulary builder that is published by this publisher called Magoosh. Download that and hopefully you'll be able to start using that as well. And most of us do use phones extensively, so that can also help. So with that said, here is our root word. So you know what a root word is. I've already talked about it, so let's not get into it further. It's a single word that gives birth to a lot of words. So learning this one word makes it easier for you to remember some 5, 10, 15, 20 more words. And which root word do we plan to look at today? The root word of the day is pan. All, every, entire. So something like, the entire galaxy, the entire universe. Pan means all. So let us go ahead and learn a few words that are based on pan. Quite a few of these are very handy, very useful in our day-to-day life. Anushka says vocab 24 also. Anushka, I have not used that app, so I'll not be able to comment. But I've used the one with Magoosh. And then see, the problem is I started learning vocabulary in an era when we did not have smartphones. So I ended up relying a lot on books, and consequently nowadays I don't really go through apps for vocabulary. You don't go through them much. So although ideally I think I should explore more apps so that I can give you more quality suggestions. Let's see, I'll do that someday. Let me put it as one of the projects to work on. So pan मतलब all, every, entire, सब कुछ. तो चलिए शुरू करें. हमारा root word है pan, and the first word that I want to teach you with that uses pan is panacea. Panacea. Panacea basically means a cure all. Okay, a cure for everything. So if you suffer from anything, take this, use this. So a lot of people turn to prayer as a panacea, and then there are these people who turn to some nasty things like liquor as a panacea. जो भी हो रहा है लाइफ में, प्रॉब्लम है, चल जाकर के पी के आते हैं. But there is this mistaken belief that liquor is good, or at least it is good in moderation. I am somebody who focuses a lot on health and fitness, or at least try to do that. I see a lot of recent research which very categorically says that there is no amount of alcohol which is safe for human consumption. Even when a person goes and takes a single drink, it does tax the body, particularly the liver, and therefore liquor is a big no-no. Far from being a panacea, it can actually create or cause a host of other problems. So, panacea. Fair enough? What's wrong? Okay, so I was not getting your chats, so now I have started getting them. Not yet. Hang on, let me just reboot the other screen. Okay, so now I have. Anushka, as I said, no amount of alcohol, the recent research tells us that no amount of alcohol is safe for the human body. Although, as you say, you know, even a clock that has stopped is right twice a day. So there are times when some things are poisonous, but they may have some specific use, right? So in that sense, yes, there can be some specialized medicinal uses of some of these compounds, but nope. Okay, so the next word based on pan is pan India. अब ये ना pan India जरूरी नहीं है. You can say pan Delhi, you can say pan India, you can say pan world, you can say pan universe. So अगर आपने बोला pan India, तो इसे this brand is available pan India, तो इसका मतलब this brand is available in the entire country. So found or available in entire India. So इस India को किसी और चीज से replace कर दो. Pan universe. So it is available in the entire universe. Stupidity. Stupidity is has a pan universe presence. जिस मर्जी कोने में चले जाओ, बेवकूफी तो मिल ही जाएगी. Okay. Oh yes, पायजा. डोलो 650. My God, you are absolutely right. मेरे घर में भी यही चल रहा है. डोलो 650 तो ऐसे खाते हैं जैसे पॉपिन्स हो. बड़ी मुश्किल से रोका हुआ मैंने अब लोगों को कि भाई इतना भी नहीं खाना होता. इट्स ओके. हाँ, and not only that, you know, I have certain doctor friends. They say that there was a concept until around 10 years ago. Doctors used to say बुखार होने ही क्यों दो. बुखार होता है, फिर परेशानी होती है, उससे पहले ही दवाई ले लो. You know, don't allow your body to get into that higher temperature. But nowadays the theory says that you know, the body increases temperature so that the virus, the bacteria that affect you finds it difficult to multiply. So nowadays, until you reach 101 degrees Celsius, you should not even take antipyretic drugs. It's only when you go beyond this that you should take it. Until then, let your body fight that infection. Okay, so that's pan India. For example, I was reading this particular news item. See, 3,300% spike in ganja users pan India. So entire India. So that's a sentence right there for you. Sharvin, wow, everything else is fine, but why have you put a skull at the end of your message? That's a little strange. मतलब यार पता मैं ना इमोजी चैलेंज्ड हूँ. मैं स्मार्टफोन मेरी ज़िंदगी में थोड़ा बाद में आया, मैं सीख रहा हूँ भाई. तो मुझे ना कभी कभी समझ नहीं आता तो मैं पूछ लिया करता हूँ. So there are times when your use of emoji I fail to understand it, so I ask, so let me know so that I can also become wiser. Okay, so so there you go. So pan India. No, okay, Shweta, if the doctor has asked you to take it, please take it. I am not a doctor. I am just conveying what my doctor has told you. If your doctor says लेना है तो लेना है. डॉक्टर की बात मान के चलने का. Okay, then word number 3, Pandemonium. Okay, have you heard of this word called chaos? There was a teacher in our school who used to call it chaos. उसकी वजह से मैंने भी कुछ टाइम इसको chaos बोला, बाद में पता चला कि chaos है. So you know chaos? What is chaos? Come on, just tell it to me in the chat. What is chaos? What do you mean by a chaotic situation? हाँ, थोड़ी और जहमत करें. उंगलियों को कीबोर्ड पे थरकाएं, है ना, थिरकाएं. So chaos is, हाँ, fill in the blank. What is chaos? चलो इतनी देर में तो गूगल करके बता देते तुम लोग मुझे. Oops, I forgot to put my phone on silent. Let me do that. हाँ जी. So so basically chaos is a state of disorder. Chaos is a state of utter confusion. Okay. Now, pandemonium is a higher degree of chaos. So, pan has all. So, imagine there is a room with a lot of people and there is a chaos there. Now, if every single person in that room starts contributing to the chaos, normally होगा ना 10-20 लोग हंगामा कर रहे होंगे. Let's say you are in a class, there are 10-20 people who are creating mischief. But then there are people who are quiet. That's chaos. What if everybody starts contributing to that chaos? That is when we call it pandemonium. Okay, so pandemonium is a situation which is noisy, which is chaotic, where everyone present is participating in creating that ruckus. For example, you know, Indian roads can at times be crazy, man. They can be absolutely crazy. See this? When a foreigner comes here, they can't even, they are not even able to drive because who can? It's a pandemonium. And I think in case you live in any largest town, you've been stuck in a traffic jam where probably your roads look like this. That's pandemonium. Everybody, no side is behind. Everybody is contributing to the problem. Everybody is coming from every damn side in order to go through, leaving no room for people for the roads to clear. Pandemonium. Noisy and chaotic. Here is your word number 4. Pandora's Box. Now we are getting into the world of Greek mythology. So if you look at it etymologically, Pandora actually means gifts from all. So you have this all here. Okay. So it was so named because all the gods had contributed gifts to her creation. Okay, Pandora. Her creation involved gifts from every god. So in Greek mythology, she was the first mortal woman created by the gods. She was sent to the earth with a jar or a box full of evils. And why did they send that box with Pandora? You've probably heard of this guy called Prometheus who stole fire from the gods. So they wanted to avenge Prometheus' theft of fire. So Pandora opened the jar out of curiosity, and as a result she ended up releasing all the evil, diseases, pain, labor, many other things into the world. And as the story goes, she tried to close the lid as quickly as she could, but the only thing she could keep from escaping was hope. That's why we say hope is the last thing that dies in a man. We all are, at our core, optimistic. So, Pandora's Box is a source of extensive but unforeseen troubles or problems. And it comes from that Greek mythology where Pandora opened up a box, releasing all the evils in the world. Sorry, Anushka, I missed your message. How do they manage to make a way? कौन से दे, कौन सा वे, थोड़ा दोबारा बता देना यार, then I can help. And Paija, absolutely, beware of the Greeks bearing gift, absolutely. I think we need to localize it. Even we have certain areas, regions, categories where you need to be beware of. So that's 4th. Here is your word number 5, which is panegyric. Panegyric is a speech in which you praise someone or something. Okay. So this word of course has pan, all, but the other root here is aguris, which means assembly. So when you praise somebody publicly, भरी सभा में अगर आपने किसी की तारीफों के पुल बांध दिए तो we'll call it a panegyric. There is a synonym that you may use here, remember? Eulogy. अच्छा अनुष्का, वो तो भाई it was such a hopeless situation. मतलब अपने देश में ही हो सकता है ऐसा, उसके बाद भी somehow traffic does clear up eventually. Slowly, but it does. You've probably heard of this other word as well. क्या था? हाँ, क्या लिखने लगा था? हाँ, this. So these are synonyms for you. So panegyric. Word number 6. And I'll come to these pictures pretty soon. Pantheism. So pantheism is a belief in many gods. So, there are some religions where you have only one God. So, those are called monotheistic religions, Christianity, Islam. Then there are religions where you believe in many gods. Hinduism, for example, some of those old religions where everything was considered a form of divinity. A river, a tree, the sun, the moon. So that belief in many gods is called pantheism, or all the gods of a particular belief, particular religion where you have multiple gods, call it pantheism. But then we've also used it in a slightly different sense in the contemporary world. But before I come to that, there are religions that say that there is a God and that God has created the universe. Then there are people who say that everything is a form of God. Okay, the sun that you see, the moon that you see, the mountain that you see, the river that you see, the sky that you see, the air that you breathe. All of those things are forms of divinity. So that is pantheism. Okay. So the other meaning is belief that everything is a manifestation of God. So comes from there. So pantheism. Next, word number 7, Pantheon. All the deities of a particular religion considered collectively. Right? And Greeks also have this temple called Pantheon where all their gods are, but normally Pantheon would mean all the deities of a particular religion. And consequently, we do use it in the second meaning as well, and that is a group of people who are the most famous or respected in a particular field. So let us say that you talk about chemistry, social media, where you have influencers. Some of these influencers are quite big. So imagine an event where all the leading influencers are present. So you can say that that event managed to gather the pantheon of social media influencers. So everybody. So that's pantheon for you. Word number 8. Pangram. ये थोड़ा कम सुना होगा आपने, but pangram is a sentence that utilizes all the letters of the alphabet at least once. तो ऐसा कोई भी sentence जिसमें आपकी alphabet के सारे letter कम से कम एक बार आएंगे, that is called a pangram. I think the most famous pangram is the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. But then there are more. How about this next sentence? ये पैनग्राम है, इसमें सारे अल्फाबेट के लेटर्स आपको मिलेंगे. और how about this? Yes, Paja, Anant Ambani's wedding had the who's who of our country. Yes, it was a pantheon of celebrities. Only the top-notch ones. देखा तुमने जामनगर में मेरा फोटो देखा उस इवेंट में? नहीं ना? बुलाया था, कपड़े नहीं थे यार मेरे पास. मनीष मल्होत्रा बोला मैं बहुत बिजी हूँ, बना नहीं सकता अभी. धोखा दे गया यार मुझे लास्ट मोमेंट पे. Okay, so pangram. Here is the 9th. panoply. So what is a panoply? A complete suit of armor of a warrior. So you notice there was a time when people used to battle man on man in a field, and all those warriors, all those soldiers used to wear armor. So a complete suit of armor is called a panoply, but then it also happens to have a secondary meaning, and that is a complete collection of things. A complete collection or display of some dazzling things. Oh, Payaja, one correction. वेडिंग नहीं थी यार, वो जामनगर में जो हुआ भाई वो वेडिंग नहीं थी. ये क्या कर दिया मैंने? जामनगर में जो हुआ वो वेडिंग नहीं थी, वो प्री वेडिंग थी. वेडिंग में पता नहीं क्या करेंगे ये लोग. So that's panoply for you. Okay, so if you look at it in terms of roots, it has pan and it has hopla, arms. So all the arms. Okay, हाँ मतलब इस मामले में हमारी GK सबकी अच्छी है. Okay, here is the, let's get into the double digits now. Your 10th word is panorama, something that all of us know because our phones actually have this panorama mode of clicking a picture. So an unbroken view of an entire surrounding area is called a panorama. For example, here is a lovely panorama of the Himalayas for you. I was craving the mountains, तो अब मैं जा रहा हूँ यार 4-5 दिन के लिए पहाड़ों में. तो थोड़े से सेशंस, थोड़ी सी बातें जो हम करेंगे अब वहाँ से करेंगे. बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं यार मुझे ऐसे नेचुरल सीन्स. तुम्हारा छोड़ो, मैं तो खुद ही देखने लग गया हूँ यार. मैं खुद को हटाता हूँ एक बार, तुम तो देख लो. कोई दूर पहाड़ों में खो गया. चलिए, so with that let's get into our next word, which is pantophobia. Now I can ask you to guess the meaning of this word, but I already know that your guess is going to be wrong. So why don't you go ahead and guess? Please guess the meaning of this word. Chances are, the probability is very high that you won't get it right. So you know phobia is fear. You know pan is all. So take a guess. Woo, you clicked it yesterday. You giving me a sentence, or you are telling me that you did that? Do send that to me. Where were you? Where did you click it? मतलब पूरा डिटेल बताओ, थोड़ा जेलस फील कराओ. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. फोटो वोटो भेजो. Yes, Shweta, phobia is fear. So pantophobia. Now, if you look at it etymologically, you may think that pantophobia is fear of everything, but in reality, it is the exact opposite of it. Pantophobia is when you have fear of nothing, when you lack fear, and it's not normal. It's an abnormal fearlessness. There are situations where you should be afraid, very afraid. If you are not afraid, even in those situations, then you suffer from pantophobia. For example, look at this guy. I mean, there's a shooting happening, people are, bullets being fired around, and he's just walking leisurely, completely relaxed, not taking any evasive method to save himself. Then we say that this person suffers from pantophobia. So such abnormal fearlessness is pantophobia. And here is your next word. Word number 12 is pantomime. So a performance where you use body movements without using words. I think all of us know about mimes. So the performance that mimes deliver is called pantomime. And here is one last word that troubled all of us just a couple of years ago, and that is pandemic. When you know demo is people, pan is all. So pandemic is a disease that affects all the people around the globe. So a disease which is scattered around the globe and is affecting everybody is a pandemic. So a disease that affects a large percentage of the global population. If it affects a large population, a large percentage of a local population, then you call it epidemic. But when that population becomes global, you call it pandemic, and all of us know this darn virus that changed the lives for quite a few of us in multiple ways. COVID-19, right? So all of these words were built around pan. Make sure that you do revise it once whenever you find time, preferably once within 24 hours and then within 7 days. You can play this video at 2x. I think you'll be able to recall most of these words. And this is not all. There are many more sessions planned. So on 24th of March, Nivedita ma'am is talking about why choose law as a career option. If you have these concerns, you can register for the workshop and attend it. Moreover, you know that we offer an exhaustive course. You can experience our course by unlocking a 3-day free trial, and you'd realize how rich, how comprehensive this course is. So there is no cost involved to you. Spend those 3 days exploring our course. You'd be part of a batch, attend the classes, maybe watch some recordings, and you can see tons of features here. You can, for that matter, we also have a dedicated test series in case that's what you want. And if you need us, you can talk to our counselor by just pressing a button on your app. So that's what I have brought for you today. If you enjoyed working with me, do like the video before you leave. I look forward to meeting you in our next session together, where we'll pick up something else, something interesting, something fun, talk about it, and carry your journey of the preparation forward. It was a lovely time spent with you. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great evening ahead. Take care.